afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast with your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, hero psych defender of the fatherland. Off here till 1 vs 1, though, the recently added map, Deutz. Or Deutz. Not entirely sure how that one's supposed to be pronounced, but we are off here on it. A more urban map, seemingly representing a railroad crossing in some urban area that got absolutely the stuffing bombed out of it. Also, failed American armored assault in the south. In the west, it's Zodiak, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the Brandenburger Panzergrenadier West and East, it's Sholid, Bert, fighting here for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the fourth Guards Mechanized Corps. And we got mobile defense, we got defensive doctrine, we got lightning with triple infantry versus mechanized support, shock rifle, and got motor coordination tactics with shock trooper, Molotov, and anti-tank grenade bulletins. We got troops moving down the central remains of the rail line. Up north here, engineers moving about here, as pioneers are also encroaching. Point saving score on the west with MD42 gunners moving ahead, particularly on a map like this where there's a lot of shot blockers and sharp corners. It's probably a very good idea to keep machine guns always screened by something else, since there's theoretically always a possibility something appears around the corner and does something very nasty to it. Worth noting is Sholid is going for a supporting company to start here on the map, aiming for some supportive weapons here with the M1910 Maxim Heavy machine gun. World War vintage stuff, of course. Grenadiers moving ahead here, setting up with the Maxim there, and going to open up the Grenadiers in a few moments. Quickly blasting away there and rapidly suppressing them, putting down to half health and forcing retreat there for Zodiak. Max immediately packing up, then getting a move on. Up north, points have been scored by the MG42 and the Pioneers. MG42 there packing up as well and getting a move on. Going for the car on there, going to be standing about. Others moving back there, well, nothing really there. I mean, they could build a medic bunker, but he's short on munitions there. Meanwhile, though, Sholid is leading up aggressively here for the 4th Guard. Got the MG42 flanking the Maxim. Nice play there by Zodiak here, catching Sholid's Maxim there in a very bad spot, forcing retreat there immediately. Nice setup there and good active use of the machine gun there by Zodiak. Gonna do moving forward to us, the engineers and the pioneers, and he's wiring them stuck. It seems like threatening to do so, but it's forced back here as it gets too close to the machine gun defenses there. Menu forward to the nation's point. Pioneers got the northern point as well, securing the northern half of Deutz. Max moving forward here, second one that this, so he's going for double Maxims here versus his opponent. But I will see what follows up here. We got Max on the way to help here and reinforce his stuff. MD4 setting up here. And yeah, that looks a bit silly if it begins suppressing stuff, since at that point it's shooting right for a hill. Gonna lose the suppressed by the Maxims. They push straight ahead, not anticipating possibly a second Maxim. First one opening up here in the Pioneers by the northern point here, as Zodiac threatens here through, I don't know, some factory remnants. Maxim moving up in there, coming in 5 for the MG42, which slightly is repositioning itself, I think, better on the hill. There we go, opening up in the Maxim. But the Maxim is in heavy cover, the MG42 is not, so with a second Maxim moving up, that's going to be a losing engagement there for Zodiac and the Panzergrenadier Brandenburger. Grenadiers flanking up here behind the other Maxim. Up north, Pioneers with engineers. Conscripts there slowly on the way. There we go. One Maxim routed, but still they want to deal with. If he's got a fast dagger, he could of course pop a rifle grenade. We're going for 4 Grenadiers here for Zodiac for the German army. Moving up here aggressively, going here for the one of the main points close to Sholid's base. Of course, there's also in the south. There's been a bit slow there to move into. There's been too focused there on Zodiac, which actually means Zodiac does have a slight resource there over Sholid, who doesn't really get as much fuel. So, nice play there by Zodiac. Less solid there by Sholid. Though again, double Maximum start is a rarity here. MD42 ending up there, halfway to Veterans One, in fact, a bit closer than that. Grenadiers falling back in the face of the conscripts in the south. Grenadiers moving about as well here, back at the base. We've got tech up there for Zodiac, and we've got Grenadiers heading south instead of engineers. Centerwards, conscripts maximum up. This is the Grenadiers. Up north, Pioneers riding the engineers, and the MU42 they need to retreat low on health and numbers. More conscripts there for Sholid, so we'll have to see what exactly it's planning here. But our mixed conscripts and maximum trying to at least is sort of what it's looking like. Grenadiers versus engineers in the south, getting some damage in there. And Maxim there, trying to deal with the Germans up north, but is starting a bit to keep up the pace here, as Zodiac is just using his large infantry numbers right now to just play around Sholid, which is definitely how you use your large infantry numbers, not blocking them up, but actually using them to form up larger wedges and lines, and so you know, envelop your opponent. There you go, big push from Zona with the Maxim, trying to force away any fascist occupations. But there you go, going for a cut-off point here, by the looks of it. Threatening to cut off the fuel in the south, you're just finding game. But there you go, conscripts intercede and save the day for Sholid. And the 4th Guards Mechanized Corps, engineers to push back, but they're going to lose, almost being wiped out here on retreat. In fact, very close to over there for Sholid. Up north, pushing forwards as well there, trying to feel out where Zodiac's gaps are. And there you go. That's where it definitely was, and there's an MG42 that's hiding here by the remnants of a railway. Rafting it off as well, doesn't end up doing as much. Though, of course, it does tell Sholid here that Zodiac has taken up, and he might have to worry about light vehicles soon. Mortar following up here for Sholid. He's definitely going for support and company as strategy there, and you'll likely have to either go for field guns or guardsmen soon enough to counter any light vehicles that Zodiac might be tossing here at Sholid. Going to use that push back by the conscripts as he flanks up. Ooh, could hit the machine gun as well. That's going to be a different, unfortunate for Zodiac. Up north, fuel pond there being hit by Sholid as well. Keeping up momentum, keeping up pressure here versus the fascists. Mortar almost down there for Sholid as well. And they got the 251 half on the way here. Certainly with the environments as they are. A flame for half could be a very potent tool since the 222 is much more reliant on high mobility and longer distances. And this is not exactly that sort of map, so I can certainly understand why his Zodiac might just decide that the flamethrower after is going to be a less rubbish tool. Also cutting the wire here. Interesting move. I mean, I guess he's just a bit worried about something there. I'll wait. 251 after they're arriving. Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen. Adding the flamethrower upgrades to the turret. In the south, Canada's grabbing points here, having connected the southern fuel point, even is losing the northern fuel point to the Russians and the Soviets. Mines up here in the south. Right, yeah. I'm still having to get used to the map here. I've only seen it a few times yet to have a chance to play it, so some of the geography can leave me a bit confused. But at least brief moments of time. Alwaken is right in the south. Flamethrower after they're not quite ready yet. I mean, the half-track part is there, but the flamethrower element has yet to materialize until now. Opening up here in double maxims, very nice work. There comes to the guy into tank grenades. Sholid was prepared, at least to a degree, though he still needs to put that flamethrower after out its misery fast. Otherwise, it'll be very costly here for Sholid, since the flamethrower after is very good. Well, against, things that can burn, which happens to include so far most of Sholid's forces. Comes to their close being wiped out, need to get them out there. He's also going to likely need a field gun or guardsman very, very soon. They did almost get them. Flamethrower aftake. In the end, the flamethrower aftake also got a lot of his stuff. Smoking down here for the mortar. Nice work there. Good use of smoke, by the way, just using it in the first place. Maximum force retreat there. Zodiac now pushes ahead. They're undeterred by the use of Soviet smoke. Northern victory point being seized up by Sholid. We got 467 versus 477. There you go. Max mobbing up, remember the Grenadiers. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Still no sign of a doctrine there for either player. And the south fuel point cut off before grabbing it. Very good move there. Some players will just go for the fuel point first, but by grabbing the car point first, you're immediately denying them any usage of the fuel while you grab the fuel point afterwards. Whereas if you go for the fuel point first, even as you're then grabbing it, they're still getting fuel from it. And in this regard, just cutting it off with a strategic point is actually faster. So that way he denies his opponent a bit more fuel that way. So clever play there by Sholid. Clever play. And he's acting like most of the map, but Zodiac he's struggling a bit to keep up the pace. He's also lost the Gunleer squad here. Sholid is certainly proving to be a bit of a solid opponent. Mortar being hauled forward here. Sandbags as well to make it harder here for Zodiac to push through. Certainly a bit of a narrow gap here alongside the main railway lines. Certainly having sandbags here could be a very potent tool. Of course, they are the flanks, and there's certainly many paths to flank through. In this regard, the design of the map is, moderately interesting. I'm a bit worried about Brits and mortar emplacements. Like, Brits and mortar emplacements kind of break a lot of maps in my experience. But there you go, SIS-3 on the way. Obviously a bit of a harder counter to the SIS-3, and of course any armor that Zodiac might be tossing out anytime soon. Now the site you have to commit to dock, and there you go, Flampan's right catch the country with the sandbags, lighting the entire thing on fire and ruining the sandbags. The bastards. Bunch of vandals. Comes with the trying to forward. He's really trying to get them with an anti-tank grenade, but he's just burning conscripts away pointlessly. Back here, troops healing and forcing. Northern fuel being recaptured here by Zodiac and the Panzergrenadier Division Brandenburger. Flampanzer going up here. Usually part of I think it was the regiment's command unit, maybe also battalion. There used to be a small platoon of flamethrower half-tech attached alongside a few other sort of specialist units. which would include artillery and I believe military police in some levels as well. Little fun fact there. Plus usually a sort of set of hardened escorts in the form of grenadiers that are usually only a bit above the rest. Anyways, Maximum another flame for a half tech, hammering away the Maximum, doing some lighter damage there, but nothing serious. Field gun is moving up with the Sis-3. ND4 they're opening up. I mean, Zodiak is focusing an awful lot on the center here, but to a degree so is Sholid. I mean, in this regard, the map sort of in terms of flow does feel like it to an extent gravitates a lot versus the center. Of course, at least it opens up for other ways instead of going there just only there. And there goes smoke from down here from Sholid. Very good move. Denies Zodiak here the use of the machine gun during the defense. Makes it easy here for Sholid to push through. Mine goes off in the south, killing several grenadiers. Another MD4 on the way, and certainly a good idea there by Zodiak. Back here we got, looks like take up there for Sholid. Very good move there. T70 could be an idea, but at the same time with the map, the way the map is designed, maybe just going straight from the T-34 and 6 over the T70 could possibly be an idea. Our field gun sitting up there, the Sis-3 divisional field gun. No, there was also regimental field gun. I can't remember quite what those. I think it was also called as this, but basically though that was sort of more close to the, the lightest Infantry Geschütz with a much shorter barrel and sort of much more directly artillery support measured. But there you go. Fires there. Machine gun retreats in the face of Scholid's artillery. Also a fun fact, the Germans actually got inspired by the Sis-3 divisional field gun and would late in the war begin creating their own field cannons by just allowing a Pack 40 to angle up high so it could actually sort of fire like artillery. In fact, they'd form up an attempt to copy the Russian sort of artillery formations with just with a lot of mixed artillery pieces. They'd form up the Volksartillerie, which was sort of these mixed batteries with, field cannons, light and, well, medium and heavier howitzers. Little fun fact there. Comes up north here was the Grenadiers. More moving in here as well. Need to retreat soon still. Again, gaining a fat fuel lead here over Zodiak, who's probably needs to take up soon. He might also just want to consider some Panzer Grenadiers. I mean, this is sort of the map release to me that sort of seems to scream Panzer Grenadiers and Assault Grenadiers and Stormtroopers are going to be absolutely jolly good on this map. Because again, lots of closer distance and whatnot. And these was the conscripts. More fire there. And a nice rifle grenade here. Grenadiers gaining veteran 2. Very good. Flam pounds back once more move here for Zodiak. Mortar hammering away. And a direct hit here from the field gun on the Flampanzerwagen. In the south, Grenadiers securing territory there. We got the MD42 covering up here. Nice overlapping fields of fire here. And notable how he's leapfrogging them. One sets up, covers, and the other moves forward under cover here, and then the other sets up, and then he allows the other one to move forwards. Nice little tactical maneuver there by Zodiak. Thumbs up. And there you go. Does go straight for the mechanized armor company. Field gun setting up again. Use a sandbag C. Comparatively, though, Zodiak has not sent any sandbags around the center. Of course, on the edges of the map, on the other hand, he does have sandbags. So nice work there. Also, note here, Sholid has mined the sandbags. Thumbs up. In the south, gun is moving for the fuel point there. Munitions here doing nothing, except of course providing Burt there with it. So it's a surprise Zodiac's not grabbing it. Take out for Zodiac, but he is going to be behind here, I think, to a degree in terms of Sholid, in terms of armor. And Sholid should be able to push out a reasonably paced T-34-16, which, I mean, again, depending on how used it could be easily dealt with, but could also prove to be a big problem there for Zodiac. Particularly if, Sholid actually begins using smoke screen to cover, advances here for the center. Nice amount of infantry, though he's only just 2 conscripts, well, he actually never went beyond that. He really should get more infantry. He, by the way, has gone for shock rifles, so shock troopers could be an idea here. Combined with that, smoke screen, shock troopers, T-34 could really make it difficult for Zodiac to defend the center here of the map. Sneaking through the south of the MD42, though, rather risky setup there, bit exposed. Also, obvious flank spot there. Go, flamethrower hits a mine. Good mining there by Sholid, of course. Good mining. Thorough. Not quite easily dual levels of thorough, but good. Up north guns in a mine, in this case only lose one. That's a bit lucky there for Zodiac. And there you go, machine gun very obviously flanked here. Again, there was a very obvious gap there that Zodiac left himself. Then again, it could have been the machine gun itself doing. I've had cases where I ordered machine guns up in one specific angle, and then for some whatever reason still managed to set up in like either a slightly different angle, or they set up in an entirely different one, like opposite of what I wanted. That's annoying. Anyways, very close to the T-Fit Force 6. Gonna use holding off against a supported assault here by Sholid. Gonna use a counter with engineers. Could use the counter to merge with engineers so that way they can just keep fighting at max strength, pushing through the center here. Zodiac's defenses are crumbling, falling apart. And what is... He's actually trying to wipe the Grenadiers on retreat with the field gun barrage. That's... I don't think I've seen that before. I mean... And he gets them though, not thanks to the field gun, though it might have done some damage, with simply the double maxims, they just blasting the retreating Grenadiers. Quite a loss there for Zodiac, down to 2 Grenadiers, he needs replacements. He's going for more to the zone, which is definitely a good idea. He also needs the support cop. He needs a lot of things, but he definitely should consider infantry some more. And again, I would recommend some Panzer Grenadier. Also, mine here by the fountain. So, I don't know if it's a fountain. I guess it's a park, sort of. It could have been a fountain, that's the victory point. Maxim pushing through here, but getting caught here by a storm of enemy for too far here. Zodiac's having none of that. More Trout. Back at base here. Sholid can go for the T-34 He could also just get a bit bold and go for the KV-8. I mean, as it currently stands, Zodiac might not quite be able to... Well, he can reasonably react to it, so it might not be the best idea. But if you're feeling really confident with fuel, you could go for a KV-8 and just burn through most of Zodiac stuff. But there you go. Panther on the way there. Sholid, I think, has failed to get a T-34 in a good pacing here. Bit of a shame there, of course, lucky for Zodiac, who has still not chosen a doctrine as his opponent. Mortar rain down, smoke from down in the center as well. Though from Zodiac to allow him to push through against the maximum, grab the victory point. Nice work there. Panther 4 halfway down. There you go. Wrath Grenade on the maximum, doing a bit of damage. And there you go, forced retreat here, machine gun there being slowly outmaneuvered to the counter, but there you go, managed to stop them in time, ground the northern point, heading south with his pioneers, Flampanzerwagen sweeping in as well here. Could maybe lay down some more smoke here to cover further advances against Sholid's positions. And there you go, shock troopers out here for Sholid. Still no T-34 in this 6. Again, it feels like he's going for the K, but there you go, does go for it, in which case, kind of silly to wait this long, but he might have, of course, been preoccupied with other matters and forgot. That does happen, but, you know, a fast T-34 would benefit Sholid a lot. Now it's Zodiac who gets the lead here with a Panzerkampfwagen 4. Deutsche Panzerwaffe. Flampanzerwagen there rolling away. T-34 halfway down there for Sholid, and the 4th Guards Mechanized Corps Maxim being hold force, engineers laying down mines. In the south, pioneers bring for the southern fuel and also clearing out mines. Good work there by Zodiac. Transporting on the Maxim crew and mortar firing down as well here. Mortar certainly a very handy tool then any army's arsenal to the Wehrmacht. T-34 almost done there. Good note, he was actually merging the conscripts with engineers, so that way allowed him to keep pushing. He's doing it again. Thumbs up there, though. In this case, the Panther 4 proved a bit more than the merge can fix. There you go, Sis3 on the job. T-34 moving in. Of North, push through here with Sholid, routing whatever defenses Zodiac has there, which are so far looking like very few, if not straight up none. More pioneers for Zodiac, good move there to help repair his armor faster. Sholid's already got 2 engineers, so he doesn't have to worry about that. T-34 16 for the south, gonna go here, I think. Ooh, the flame for a half check on the pioneers. You may not expect the flame for half check, the pioneers were definitely there. Oh, not entirely what he's doing here, but that flame for half check, I think, is dead. Nice blow there against Zodiac for Sholid. Removing one of Zodiac's better infantry control moves, and of course just infantry murder machines. Sending in the Panther for Norfolk, so that's not fully repaired, is a bit risky here for Zodiac. Bit of awkward moving with the T-34 Pack forward there, protects the southern flank here, though there's certainly some possibility to push through there with an armoured assault. The North gun is being halted by the Maxim, nice over there, and by Sholid, make use there of the Zodiac's sandbags to form a nice cover point here of the North Road here, or northbound road. So, good work there by Sholid. And for the advancing shock troopers mortifying away there, but that's not really going to help much. In fact, they're more likely to get mortared themselves. Smoke screen up there. Nice, just a bit late there for Zodiac, and instead a nice fat grenade on the ultra crew causes a full wipe. But the Panther 4 prevents it from being seized by Sholid. Otherwise, I imagine he would have. But not because he, didn't want to throw away a shock trooper squad for a mortar. Another pack falling away, they're very good. Smoking down there from Sholid. Both sides are actively using smoke, so thumbs up. That's great. It's actually nice when both sides are using smoke. When we're obviously not seeing, master's degree, you know, type of smoke, you know, PhD degrees and whatnot, but you know, it's good, solid smoke usage, consistent. So again, 2 thumbs up. Constant structure was routing here. Field guns max on there. We got the Panther 4 moving in, closing on the veterans 1. There you go, flanking the field gun and spectacularly missing. Getting flanked with the T-34 from 6. Rushing through here, and there you go, trying to flank the Panther 4. Need to go not to get caught up by Panther first, or say the packs, and there you go. Got caught by both, and could risk losing the T-34 from 6 here pretty rapidly, which of course would be very great here for Zodiak, who's now going to try and go for it with the Panther 4. He's got no field guns nearby to, you know, support it, to cover it up. So there's Sholid. I feel like made a mistake. They pushed in the T-34 from 6 with insufficient support. Conscript rushing in there. Field gun is rushing up, and there you go, T-34 down. Panther 4 there with the damaged engine, but may just be able to get out. There we go. Good hit from the T-34 before it blew up. Field gun trying to get close, but there's too many threats nearby. There you go, conscripts don't need shocks from it. And there you go, into send armor pizzing around, spewing MG42, catching the shock troops and the conscripts in some absolutely lethal fire. Panther 4 is escaping here, the wrath of Sholid and the Red Army. Nice work there by Zodiak. Les again, solid flank there with the T-34 from the 6. Again, should have been better supported, maybe with the shock troops or with mortar smoke. Either way, that was not satisfactory. Going through the flank here, hitting Sholid's lines. Very good work there. MG4 troop routed by the engineers. Maxim pulling up there as well. Ace load Maxim by the way there for Sholid. He's clearly setting up here for the IS-2. As for Zodiak, hard to say, he could go for more Panzer 4s. So I guess he could get a bit silly and try and save up for a Tiger tank. I mean, certainly at the 20-minute mark, you haven't got no doctrine. It's obviously going to be lightning war. I mean, he's not kidding anyone except himself if he thinks he's kidding anyone. Pioneers in Norfolks. I mean, he's about as obvious as a cat staring in a piece of raw meat what he wants to do. Rough grenade off there. And didn't quite work out there against the engineers. Still no son of Panzer going to be here for Zodiac, and certainly no doctoral choice. Charlotte there is as ever slowly moving towards the IS-2, the Joseph Stalin tool tank. Southern points could be seized. He definitely needs to work a bit more on fuel. Zodiac quickly moving northwards. Notice we're going here first to the car point. That might cut off the fuel axis. Hits a mine though. And of course this works in the other element, which of course if one mine goes off there once, I mean, laying down another mine there is actually not a bad idea half the time. Because that shows it's actually going to go off. Because your opponent like to move their pioneers. Oh no, they're being caught here. Close one there. So it was able to react in time. Also going to be very swift wipes. And unit laying down sandbags, I believe, take a bit more damage. So try and being caught up close by shock tools while laying down sandbags. That's a death sentence. Actually, they may not. It might just be repairs now. Anyways, back here. Panther 4 good to go once more for Zodiac. Sholid is slowly approaching the IS-2. Pushing southwards there with the Red Army. Maximum up here. Ace level, 16 kills. Going to do this flanking the Maximum. Got all 3 squads equipped with the LMG-42. Motion in the center is going to go for the victory point. We got 203 versus 438. Nice victory point lead here for Sholid over Zodiac. We got the Panther then getting the conscripts handling over there with the main cannon and the machine guns. Well, only the cracks around the pin mountain. Oh, we even got the whole machine gun joining in there. Very good. Quickly moving in his forces from the center to deflect this armored assault on the south, at least to slow down. But he does lack the armoured force to deal with that, but he's very close to the IS-2. You're talking a few more minutes, but again, the lack of fuel points is not helping him. Zodiac, of course, still. There we go, does go for lightning war. I mean, again, it's pretty obvious what he was going for. Pretty obvious. Only difference is they maybe able to use some of the other ability stuff, like, you know, maybe G43s could have been helpful in particular closer quarters map. That would have been very nice. Relief infantry, maybe? Who knows? That's all over now. There you go, smoking down again. Very nice, consistent use of smoke there by Sholid. Very nice. Up north there, Panther 4 riding in gears to try to reconnect the fuel point there. He's cutting off the southern fuel point first. That's before grabbing it. Also very good. Back here, troops healing reinforcing. And certainly in that regard, the map doesn't too easily allow just to sit across the center and just cover a nice fat chunk of the map, like fuel and victory points. Well, other victory points a bit. Well, theoretically could park down, but again, that you're sort of conceding other large chunks of the map. So I guess in some ways it's a bit of a harder map to just sort of just turtle down on SimCity on. But again, I do suspect the Brits are going to be the ones that really breaks that rule, as they usually do. But there you go, Sis 3 opening up here on the Panzer IV. Night again, I said. 200 points left there for Zodiak. He needs to maybe step up a bit here on his game of Blitzkriegs. Both sides approaching the heavy tank. Who's going to get it first turn? It looks like Sholid here is going to be the first one to get it in. Zodiak there. While he's got the fuel, it's a bit short on manpower. Figuring the main cop with the gun is, that's not a good spot there to be in. And there you go. Joseph Stalin 2 tank is ready for Sholid for the dead enemy. There we go. Hauling over the railroad bridge here. Should probably add a pin machine gun there for added anti-infantry. Lots of smoke in the centre. I'll not be surprised that both of them have been hauling smoke across here. I'll wait. Zodiak should soon be hearing the sound of the IS-2, and he's obviously been expecting there, going calling the Tiger tanks. There you go. 2 heavy tanks on the field of Deutz. IS-2 here are routing the Grenadiers. Pack shoots, bounces off the IS-2 heavy arm in the south. Pack's grabbing ground territory is being hauled northwards as the IS-2 makes its personal zone here to Zodiak and the Panzer Grenadier Division Brandenburger. Tiger tank moving out here. Pin machine being added to that one. Very good compared to I don't think Sholid has added to his. Nope. Tiger tank heading through the south side here. Panzer IV needed some repairs. Also very close to Destiny 2 though. IS-2 engaging Pioneers and mine there. Misses, hits some concrete instead. Pack shoots again and bounces again. There guys, 2 shoots, misses. Tiger shoots, misses as well. Seems like the IS-2 got killed with some, I'm guessing machine guns mounted on it. Sandbags up, heading northwards. Southern victory point being seized, got 192 versus 416. Maxim coming up here. There you go, up north, Panzer IV engaging, closing Veteran 2. We got counter on the fire here from the Panzerkampfwagen field, which is steadily approaching that level. Veteran 2 there. Tiger tank trying to move through here, the northern side of the railway line, but is immediately encountered here with the IS-2 and the field gun there. It's going to cruise from heavy down to the Tiger tank if Zodiak is not careful. Instead, the artillery called in to disrupt here. Zodiac's anti-tank hard point on the west side here of the railway crossing, and there you go, catches one Pack 40 there in an inferno. And there you go, gets wiped by the combined incendiary artillery and IS-2 high explosive shells. Field gun sitting up, they could probably try and destroy it. Second Pack 40 in a lot of trouble. Artillery fire raining down, there you go, almost gets the other one. Almost got it. Shocks almost got hit by the IS-2. In fact, one got killed by the looks of it. Grenade off here, forced retreat, there you go, Pack destroyed. Field gun gaining Veteran 2 there. Unit wiped up north, concept annihilated here by the Panzer IV, moving forward for the fatherland. Pioneers being obliterated, it's turning into a slaughterhouse here in the centre. Sholid displays his Stalinist butchery skills. But there you go, Pack 4 lands an excellent hit on the IS-2, pushing it down to less than a quarter health. But there you go, Pack 4's going to go for the kill, shoot, bounces, up close though. If you can get past the IS-2, get behind. There you go, hits a mine though, hits a mine with damage to the IS-2, but also the Panzer IV, denying it the ability to get past the IS-2's frontal armour, which makes it much easier for the IS-2 to defend itself. There you go, penetrating here on the Panzer IV. Shot bounces, oh scheiße, and there you go, the Panzer IV is down. A bold attempt there by Zodiak, but the mine there completely threw him off. Had he, I think, gone instead for this path, you expect to get behind the IS-2 instead of going through, he hit to front of it. He probably would have pulled it off, so you know, that was a bit of a misclick there. Possibly a pathing error there for Zodiac. But, I can understand the risk he took there, but it didn't work out. I can understand why he took it, but, you know. Anyway, Shock Troopers bringing in there, Veteran 2. He's gone for the second Shock Trooper squad. That's a lot of heavily equipped assault infantry. So they're taking advantage of the IS-2 falling back. Yes, that's really the only armour Sholid's got on the field right now to push through. He also has more infantry, at least for a brief while. Of course, Sholid has now replaced his losses, so they're sort of more equal. Of course, big advantage now that Zodiak has more machine guns than Sholid. He's got 2 versus the only 1 maximum now for Sholid. Sholid should definitely think they're pulling up more tanks. Got 192 versus 298. MD42 there blasting away 17 kills. I still opening up and going to lose in the north. We got 8 kills on that one. Tiger tank here with 7 kills being fixed up. Still no pin machine gun on Sholid's Joseph Stalin 2 tank. And there we go, more or less. Should be done in a few moments. Tiger tank fixed up. Ready to once more deliver fear into the hearts of the fascists. Shock troops ground the southern nations, ground the southern fuel, though this time he's not going for the curve point first. Laying down sandbags to make the point more defensible. Attacking head on, though, if he doesn't lay down, I suppose it's going to be a bit silly since there's going to obviously be a pack 40 waiting for the IS-2 there. And, well, he could of course smoke reactively. So he just goes for the regular barrage. Tiger tank setting out here. Once more for Deutschland. Consul's also retreating. He knows he has no way of surviving counter with the Tiger tank, and he just retreats to avoid any chance of losing a unit, because we lose an infantry squad now. It's going to be very difficult for Sholid to come recover from that when he also needs to save up manpower for other things like tanks. So, see, their mortar continues to fire away. They're very close to the ace level. Zodiak's mortar got a bit of way to go though. You could try and flank from with a Tiger through here and get behind and actually hit the IS-2 from the side there. That would be, nice and helpful for him. There you go. That doesn't go for the deep flank though. Makes it easier for Sholid to react to the Tiger flank there. And we got a heavy Panzer corps going up. He might actually be planning here Panther, Sturmpanzer. Either could be useful. I mean, the Sturmpanzer on a map like this could certainly be quite effective, and the Panther certainly not be a bad choice either as the IS-2. Sholid meanwhile is going for the Katyusha. Obviously, he's still there for sort of blasting his lines here filled with very big holes. But on the other hand, it does leave it more the weight on the shoulders of the IS-2 that make any serious pushes versus the armour. In that regard, does leave him very vulnerable, and say Zodiak does, decide to go for a Panther. I mean, the IS-2 will then struggle notably versus a Tiger Panther working together. That, in fact, might be what Zodiak, of course, is thinking. Oh, wait, Katyusha almost done. Tightening up on the shock troopers. There they'll find the body armour is not very useful against a Tiger tank's high explosive 88mm rounds. Sturming force there, closing in on veterans one slowly. There you go. Shoots the Grenadiers, doesn't hit the Tiger tank, which shoots but fails to penetrate the IS-2's heavy armour. Gets a nice return hit here. Tiger tank shoots, fails to penetrate again. Another hit, there you go. Return target hit here on the IS-2. Pack opens up, gains 32, the IS-2 falling a bit back. His shotgun force backed up and against the counter M4 with the laying down heavy fire. Katyusha rockets laying down hard death here, though I think he should have gone for the MD4 and the mortar rather than the Pack 40. Might just be me, but I think they've been much more effective since these are much more bounced up. And there you go. We got Zodiak calling in it support here. The Luftwaffe strikes. It's aircraft looking for easy targets here in the narrow streets of Deutz, and land several hits here on the IS-2, pushing him down to less than half health for sure. Not quite a quarter, but slowly approaching. And for some reason, he's not thinking, I think, this through entirely. He's keeping it within the line of the area of effect of the Sturmovik, so he doesn't. If he gets spotted, he's going to take more hits there from the Luftwaffe, and that's exactly what's happened there. I think he just sort of naturally wants to support here, but instead, now there we go. Heavy fire from the Sturmkast, the Kanonenvogel, that's their third set of the cannons. Pierce the armour of the IS-2, knocking out the main gun as well. A horrid development there for Sholid and the Red Army. He still got his infantry, but other elements are starting to die out. His mortar has been snuffed out. In fact, not just snuffed out, but seized by the German army, confiscated. Panther on the way there for Zodiak. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Backing up the Tiger, that's going to be a definite problem here for Sholid, who's already in a bit of a sticky spot here. And that Maxim's about to get annihilated. which would be his remaining maximum gun, leaving just with infantry. There's an opponent with a lot of heavy armour and a nice amount of infantry and support weapons. Shock to a squad here caught with the Tiger tank. Field gun caught here by Grenadiers. Would be a shame to lose an ace field gun versus the German heavy armour, in particular with the arrival of the Panther. IS-2 is being repaired. He's also lost an engineer squad, so he's only got one to repair the IS-2, which is obviously going to be rather slow compared with two. Panther there arriving here for Zodiak and the German army, the Deutsche Panzerwaffe. Tiger shoots and doesn't quite hit, but next shot might just do it. And there you go, obliterate several shock troopers. Shockman against Grenadiers here. 29 kills in the Tiger tank. Roughly attempted retreating the shock troopers, doesn't quite work out. IS-2 good to go. Tiger tank is half health, which is in repairs here. Panther though is actually northwards. Probably should be using it to back up the Tiger tank rather than setting off its own. And there guys, IS-2's moving in. We got another battle of air support called in though. Pack Ford lands nicely as well. And the Panther can actually try attacking from the north. Now, I've been his plan all along. I guess use the Tiger as bait, then strike with the Air Force. And then once Zodiak escapes, or he's trying to escape, the Panther in his flanks. One aircraft shot down here by the heavy machine guns there on the IS-2. Katyusha firing away here. Trying to disrupt Zodiac's advance here. And there you go. Gets the pack to annihilates it. With blistering heavy fire. Panther's up here to flank. IS-2 running back. Oh, nice deep flank here by Zodiak. 2 thumbs up. Nice rear hit there, but the Katyusha is going to be a goner. It's dead. It's tot kaput. And there we go. Katyusha is down, leaving Sholid now just for the IS-2, which is being flanked by the Panther. And there you go. GG. Game over. Sholid here ends up losing, retreating, falling back as the assault has failed. This city remains in German hands. So nice fight here on this new map. Certainly highlighting what some of the possibilities of the map are. Overall, nice use of smoke there with both sides. Nice use of mines there by Sholid. Zodiak could have done with a few more. And I feel like some Pentacles were really nice, but certainly it's a good place here. Sholid made a few bad calls here with his tanks, particularly with the T-54 early on, which rather ended up being costly for him. And at times I feel like he could have used smoke more effectively to cover his advances and also just flank more. Compared to, I feel like Zodiak did make a slightly better attempt with flanking here and there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. And if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Every dollar, of course, allows me to keep doing this day after day. So do feel free to it. Links in the video description. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You all are a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.